Hey there, Leo. How's it going? I hope everything's going good with you and yours. This is your reading for March 14th, the week of. We're going to be getting into your energy coming into this week over here, some challenges and some outcome cards. Of course, remember that if this resonates with you, you can always hit that like button down below. Give that a little boop. I always appreciate that. If you really like what I do here and you haven't already, you can always subscribe to the channel as well. That way you can find me a lot easier. And of course, too, if you really, really like the video, you can always share it too with others out there. Get the good word out there about what you got coming for you in the future, hopefully. So let's see what we got here for you. We got everything all laid out. And we got your energy over here on the left. We got the Four of Cups along with the Four of Wands and the Four of Wands. I was looking at the Three of Wands thinking it was the Four of Wands, but we got the Four of Wands and the Three of Wands to go with that Four of Cups here. Really interesting energy here. I feel like, geez, this is kind of an energy of you being patient, very patient here with that Three of Wands. Like you're very much, waiting for your opportunity, waiting for the thing you really want, even though things that might be offered to you with this Four of Cups may not necessarily be what you want. Like you're this leaf here, kind of with your arms crossed, and this cloud's trying to offer you something, and it's like you're like, I already have 3 cups. I have enough cups. Don't give me another cup, right? Like you're like, I don't need any more of this. I already got it. I don't want it. Like I'm waiting. I'm holding out for this thing. Maybe you're saving up your money for something, and people are like, oh no, you should get this. This is really great. But in the meantime, you're like, no, I don't want that. I'm not dealing with it. Which, that's good. I like that. Having good standards, not, settling for less. With the Four of Wands here, too, it could be something love-related as well, because the Four of Wands represents marriage. It also represents just happiness in general, like future happiness and celebrations. So, for those of you looking for love, that's a really good sign. Maybe that's what you're holding out for. You're holding out for, like, that special someone you could see yourself marrying, someone who has those qualities, those real things that you really want in your life. And maybe you're kind of getting offers from people who you don't necessarily feel like that's who you're connecting with, Leo. So I like that. Again, like not settling for less. That's beautiful. But again, here, I feel like you're also just not settling for, anything less than happiness for yourself. So let's look at some clarifiers for that, and then we'll move into your challenges, all right? What do we have for you, Leo? We got the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles as well. All right. Yeah, Page of Pentacles, that's nice. I feel like that's you. This could be the person you're looking for as well. Excuse me, sir. We got a very rowdy kitty knocking with the tripod here. But we got the Five of Pentacles here. And that card really represents focusing on your strengths and focusing on the good, right? These people here are left out in the cold, and you're being challenged here to be like, don't focus on the negative, don't focus on your weaknesses, right? To think about the positive, because you can see behind them here, there's this stained glass window, which is a church, right? And they could go ask for help, and the church would more than willingly let them in. But instead, they might be a little too focused on like, oh, we're just left out in the cold, we have nowhere to go, whatever will we do? And they're not paying attention that there's shelter right there, right? There is good right there for them if they so wish it. So again, it's just kind of challenging you to focus on the positive, which I think you really are this week and here currently, because again, we're focused on you're not taking less than what you deserve, right? And maybe that shelter isn't the shelter you're looking for, right? So that's possible as well. With that Page of Pentacles, before I got sidetracked there, the Page of Pentacles talks about being free, carefree. I was talking to Aries a bit about this in their reading, but the Page of Pentacles really talks about someone who is, carefree, young at heart, enjoys himself, but they're also responsible, right? He's got this pentacle here, and the pentacles, or the people in pentacles, are notorious like planners. They're notorious at like saving and making plans, scheduling, things like that. And I feel like that's you right now. You're really being like, I have a plan, I have an idea, I'm sticking to this, and this is what I'm focused on. But you're still having fun. Like you're balancing those two things, which is great. The Page of Pentacles could also be saying that you're looking for someone like that. Maybe that's who your future person that you're looking for. The future, partner in marriage is who you want to be with. So I like that. And with the Six of Wands too is really great here as well, because that's really letting us know that you're in this energy of, walking the walk and talking the talk, right? You're backing up what you're doing, right? You're backing up what you're doing with what you're saying. In other words, like you're perfectly aligned here. You're saying like, I'm not settling for less. And then someone's offering you less and you're like, no, I'm not taking it, right? You're very much in that kind of line, which I think is super beautiful here. And Journey's having a big stretch here off camera. So let's look at your challenges you might be facing this week. We got the 7 of Wands, the Death card, and the 8 of Cups. Yeah, the 8 of Cups, for sure, it might be difficult for you to kind of move on to that new thing here. You might be kind of feeling a little stuck here because the 8 of Cups talks about moving forward, moving into the future, finding the 9 and the 10, and the 10 being all your dreams come true. So that might be quite difficult for you this week, whereas you're trying to move forward. We might be, holding pat here a bit this week, especially that 7 of Wands too. Because the 7 of Wands can talk about, holding your position, like defending your position. He's trying to get across this tightrope, and the people with these sticks are trying to knock him off, right? So, it might be a situation like that for you where you're trying to be balanced and trying to get across, just trying to do your own thing, right? And people might be trying to knock you off here. So be aware of that. It could also be saying don't be too defensive too, right? Sometimes with the 7 of Wands, you can be a little overzealous and people kind of be like, I don't see why you want this, and then you get like too angry at them and you kind of just lash out. So just be aware of that. Try to keep your temper in check if someone starts questioning what you want, right? With the Death card here as well, again, that cycle's coming to an end. That's like you moving on here, trying to get to where you want to be. Here, the Death card saying it's going to be a challenge, again, with that 8 of Cups, just kind of echoing that here for you. With the Death card as well, that's Scorpio's card, so you may have Scorpio in your chart. If you do, that means you're coming in as a nice little bonus. You're coming in strong, so despite the challenges you're having. So I like that. Let's take a look at some clarifiers here for you. Before we do, thank you so much for being here. Hope this has been resonating with you. If it is, you can give that like button down below a little boop. We got a pop out for you. You can also subscribe to the channel now if you haven't already. Now's a great time to do so. That way you can find me easier every week in your subscription feed or in your profile under your subscriptions. And that way you don't have to come searching for me randomly if you really like what I do here. So let's take a look. We got the Queen of Wands, we got the Page of Cups, and we got the 2 of Cups here as well. I feel like people are offering you things here still, despite your kind of insistence that you're not taking less, because we got the Queen of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. The 2 of Cups really talking about like a soulmate connection, but it's not quite the lovers, right? Which is like the big time soulmate connection. The 2 of Cups is a little more kind of like someone who is going to be around not for a long time, but for a significant time. So it feels like almost like there's someone trying to come in that way. Maybe a Page of Cups, maybe a Queen of Wands. So maybe a water or a fire sign coming in for you here. So could be one of those two. Could be saying that these are kind of the people who are, offering you love, like we were talking about with that 4 of Cups, but they're just not offering you what you want, right? Maybe they're not exactly that Page of Pentacles back here. Like the Page of Cups is close, but they're not quite there. Like this person's a little too carefree, right? This person's not all that serious. They're like, let's have fun and have a good time and let our hair down and whatever, but they're not responsible, right? They're just like, they're here for the party, And with the Queen of Wands, there's someone who's a little more of like on the sensual side. They just want something physical. Like they want that kind of a fling, right? But someone who's very charismatic and confident. They're very attractive and very appealing, but they're both kind of not offering you what you're really looking for at this time. So let's look at your outcome cards, see what we got. We got Judgment, the Magician, and the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus's card, so you may have Taurus in your chart. Might be dealing with a Taurus this week as well, but the Hierophant is their card. So if you got that in your chart, let me know in the comments below. Always love to hear that. Always love to hear people are coming in strong. That's always a good thing. But here we are with the Hierophant, the Magician, and Judgment. The Hierophant really telling us that you're learning here. Like you're learning to manifest. Like I feel like you're getting into that mindset with the Hierophant and the Magician and Judgment as well. It's like you're really committing to like this type of person you want, right? This idea of this person, right? Because the Magician talks about manifesting, bringing them down to earth, right? He's got his magic cane, his magic wand here pointed to the air, and he's also pointing to the ground. Like I'm ringing like from the ether in the air. I'm like, I want this kind of person, and I want them here now. And the Hierophant's really telling us that you're learning about yourself, about what you really want. Like it's almost as if these people maybe are coming with qualities you want. Maybe not necessarily the complete package, but you're seeing like, you know, like maybe they're not exactly this, but they have certain aspects of them are in this Page of Pentacles, and you're like, okay, I want someone who's confident like the Queen of Wands, and also is quite carefree like the Page of Cups, but I want them to be responsible too, right? Like you kind of want the total package here, and I feel like that's always good. That's always good to develop your ideas, right? It sucks when like you kind of stick to something rigidly and you're like, this is what I want, I'm not taking anything else, which like it's good to have those standards, and I like you have that kind of a mindset, but that can develop and change, right, as we grow as people in our lives here. So it's a good idea to like kind of every day or every couple of days write down what you want out of a person, or maybe every like week kind of come in and check in and be like, am I still liking this idea of a person who's like X, Y, or Z, and being like, okay, well, no, how about we try this? I think this actually, I'm not so cool on that. I think this would be a little better. So something like that. And with Judgment saying committing to that manifestation, committing to this idea of learning in this way. So I like that a lot. Let's look at your oracle. Let's look at your outcome clarifiers, and then we'll look at your oracle message to send you off, send you home happy, I hope, and see what we have. All right. What do we have for our Leos? We got the Two of Wands, the Knight, the King of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. I love it. See, that King of Pentacles is really that evolved form of the page, right? Because the King of Pentacles is very hardworking. He's got everything under control. He's working, like he's got schedules, he's got budgets, he's got all that good stuff here. But he's also like very hardworking, like we say, and he's willing to improve and willing to, use new tools to improve his situation and improve his kingdom here. So I feel like that's like not just your mindset, but maybe theirs as well, that you're kind of looking for that here in the future, which is great. And that's like nice, because that's like kind of the maturing that we were kind of talking about, where like the page kind of matures into the king, right? And we're picking that up. We're going from a little less like carefree, let's party, let's think about the future, be responsible, to being like, yeah, we're responsible all the time, but we'll make time for free time too, right? It's not necessarily kind of as aimless as it was before, which is great. The Hangman, there's that new perspective on this person as well, right? You're really looking for that because he's looking at things from a different perspective. Everyone else is looking at things from upright, but he's looking at things upside down, saying, you know what, actually, that is not necessarily something that I like, because in a way that's actually maybe hurtful to like what I enjoy, or maybe it doesn't gel with me all that well. Kind of thinking about people in the past, it's like, could I live with someone who's like that? I think that's a bad idea. So maybe that trait, that quality, whatever it might be, really kind of doesn't jive on further examination with you. So I like that too. With the Two of Wands here as well, looking for some stability, looking towards the future. You got the whole world in your hands. I feel like once you got this energy of manifestation, of open-mindedness, and committing to that mindset. So I think that's beautiful. Let's look at your oracle message, wrap this all up for you, and send you home. Hopefully this has been helping you out. Hopefully this has been resonating with you, Leo. All right. And we got too many cards here popping out. All right. What do we have for our Leos? Their oracle message for the 14th. We got the Fates card, number 17. Let's take a look for you here. All right, the Fates. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in your life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for the greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events are and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained within the Serenity Prayer. So I'm just saying, like, you maybe can't change when this person comes into your life, but you can change your views on who this person is, right? So I hope that helped you out. Hope that resonated. If it did, you can like, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Hope this has helped you out, and I'll see you next time, Leo.